Let's start with a serious question.
What you got?
Do you think that God got you, or universe, or however you believe, got you through the first experience, because you were about to get engaged,
Right.
to where you are now? Like, oh, everything was by design. It led me to where I am. Or that you can love more than one person. It could have worked with Charity. It could have worked with whomever you chose.
It's a good question. I definitely think things happen for a reason. I've always been a believer in that, and I do believe in timing. I think that sometimes things happen at the right time, and in that moment when I was on The Bachelorette, I was definitely ready to get engaged, but when it didn't work out, I was able to pull myself out of that and realize that she had someone else that was the right person for her, and I was still eager to find mine, and when this opportunity came along, it was hard to say no to it.
You guys don't look anything alike. If this woman doesn't have a type. If between 1 and 2, first of all, there's about 2 feet of difference.
Yeah. Don, I think, is a 6'7", so he is definitely a tall human, but he's just such a great guy, and I'm so happy for them.
How much time did you have, because shooting schedules get confusing, how much time did you have from broken heart standing on the beach to beginning your season?
Yeah, I finished up in, I think I went back to Hawaii sometime in May and had some time back to get back to my normal life, teaching tennis again, just enjoying myself, trying to work on me. And I think it was about August time was when I started filming. So there was a good in between there. I got some time to kind of, have that reset, which I think is really important.
How did you fix yourself?
I think for me, I just, like I said, tried to focus on what I was doing. I know when I left it, I did everything that I could, and I just tried to, gain that confidence and realize that there was nothing I did wrong. She just had someone else that made more sense for her. So I tried to focus on that as much as I could.
To the naysayers that this is the craziest way to meet someone, get married, it's all too quick, it's too well. What do you know about you know the process really well. Is it actually the best possible way? I mean,
I don't know if there ever is a best possible way. For me, I know it's unconventional.
Forget dating apps. That's one at a time.
Yeah.
You got 32 at once.
It's a lot.
Chances go up.
It's a lot. It's definitely unconventional. For me, I always thought back to how great of an experience I had on The Bachelorette. It felt really nice to be able to be in that setting, to just focus on trying to find your person. It is different, but for me, it worked. I felt like I really connected with someone, and I was excited to do it again to hopefully find my person.
Now, before The Bachelor came into your life, have you ever said person before? My person.
I think that you get really good at the wording of how you say stuff after being on The Bachelor. Yeah, you find ways to at least how to say it. So
it's bachelorese.
Yeah,
You're speaking bachelorese.
There's lingo, right? So person is definitely coming from the show. Journey, experience, however you want to word it. Those are all new words that I'm finding. It's part of it.
Did you? Did you find?
I can't answer that question.
I mean, but...
I know I could, but I'm not going to. It was definitely, I had a great experience.
Did you end in a successful way?
What I can tell you is I am very happy, and I had a great time throughout the whole thing. There's moments that's difficult, but right now I'm happy, and I'm excited to be here today.
Where are you hiding her, Joey? Where is she?
I can't say anything.
Come on, she's under wraps in Sacramento or something.
Yeah? You're just going to have to wait to see.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the cuckoo birds that got out of that. Who came in? The bulls come flying out.
Yeah.
The banana lady.
Yeah, there's a lot of bold entrances. I think it's an opportunity for these girls to try to do something out of their comfort zone, to have fun with it. And yeah, there's a couple of good ones on night one. That's for sure.
There's always a couple of really forward people.
Yes.
And I look right at your eyes. As soon as the banana lady came out, and I saw, you were like, she's gone.
I just, my family watches this, so it's just a little bit weird to have that happen. Again, it was a bold call for me. I just tried to quickly grab a banana and move on.
Although, did the Golden Bachelor end up marrying the woman who did? That wasn't her. Was Teresa the stripper?
Teresa was the one that
wait a minute.
showed, I think she said, her birthday suit or something like that. So I think that was something in that regard.
That was the most forward thing there. And it's the old guys that are ready to go. Young guys are still. By that time, maybe you'll come around. What was the most memorable first impression for you?
Memorable first impression. That's a good question. I don't know if there's one that sticks out in particular. I mean, I'll do the first impression rose with Leia. I think how she handled that card that night was just so big that's who got my first impression rose, because she was put in such a difficult spot, and I was very impressed with how she handled it all.
Except, isn't that, okay, But that's a second impression or a third impression, right? Because your first
Technically,
impression with
maybe.
her was ahead, but
You want to know out of the limo what was the best
I
impression?
want to know the thought process behind that move, because I think you also accomplish another objective. By choosing her, you send a message to everyone that this is serious business and character is first.
Yeah, I think that was I think it was a really big thing that I said it every time. I was so happy to see how she handled a difficult situation, and my thought process was I couldn't wait to get to know more about Leia because of that, because you're just put in a really difficult spot, and I know that I think a lot of the women appreciated that she got that first impression rose because they were very happy with how she handled that situation too.
How aware are you of what the drama? You know, the edit comes out and we're aware of it, but are you aware that, you know, Taylor and Jess are posting up against each other and there's like a little beef there and you stole my thing and then there's that? Do you know any of that?
No, I think people sometimes forget that what you see on TV, the conversations I have, that's all the access and I guess insight I have to talking to the women. So throughout the show, when you have these group dates, you can start to pick up on things. If you come to the house at all and visit, you can maybe see a look or hear or two, but all these interviews, all this kind of drama that starts to happen in the house, I was seeing all of that on night one for the first time with everyone else.
I know you're not allowed to give anything away, but just at least tell me this. You didn't hit the fantasy suites with sisters.
I can't
One
tell
night, you just tell me you didn't do that.
I can't tell you that. I think you just have to tune in to find out.
I just can't imagine that.
I know that would be a very bold call. Let's just say that. I know that would be a very bold call.
It's too much drama.
Yeah, you're just going to have to wait and see, though. But yes, that would be very bold.
I have a very good way of, like, I just watch the body language. I'll tell you who my favorite is.
Okay.
Lexi the golfer.
Okay. I think anyone that knew that I was a big golf fan saw that on that night. I had a lot of buddies that I golf with that when they saw that she said she was a big golfer, my
same.
I know. I
I'm
love
like,
the
do you have
sport.
an older sister?
I love the sport.
Or maybe a younger aunt. I don't know where I am right now. But I mean, she's a golfer, and the way you talk to her, the way she talked to you, so natural. There was a hum there.
Yeah, Lexi's great. I think one of the coolest things on night one was that we connected over that we had a lot of similar interests. And that's a big thing for me because I'm active. I like having fun and doing different things outside of my normal life. And yeah, we connected on that really early on.
And you're a golf and tennis guy.
Golf and tennis. So when I first started teaching tennis in Hawaii, tennis turned into a job pretty quickly. So I needed to find something new. And I was connected with a golf course and fell in love with the sport. And now it's really the #1 thing I do when I get free time is go and try to play 9 or 18 holes. I'm obsessed.
I might take you out.
Let's do it. I'd love to.
To my club here in LA when you have time.
I would love to. That'd be great.
It's a badass club.
I believe it.
Oh, it's strong.
I believe it.
Strong. Cocktails. It's so fun.
That's the only way to do it.
Oh, yeah. Who's the wild girl I really liked, too, in the end? She kept kissing you, and she was like, and she's funny, and she's just kind of, it commands the room, but she's little.
You gotta give me a name. I think I know what you're talking about, but are you talking about Maria?
Maria.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Maria.
Yeah, she had the back and forth. She said she didn't want to kiss me, but then she kissed me. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah,
but
no.
she seems like a lot of fun.
Maria's fun. I think you're gonna get that this season in general.
She makes it down
she's
the
fun.
road a little bit.
Yeah, she's a fun one. You're gonna have to wait and see how far she goes, though. Come on, you can't pull that out of me.
Look at you. See, I told you I'm a body language expert. Look
What
at
do you
that.
mean? You think
you
you
are
know.
revealing
You
so
think
much
you
right
know,
now, Joey.
But like I said, you're gonna have to wait and see. Just want me to change my look?
Oh, Maria. Okay. Lexi.
Yeah, we just talked about
Maria.
Lexi. Yeah, you're just gonna keep throwing names.
I'm waiting to see what happens. What do you do when, like, you watch it back last night?
Mm-hmm.
It's so tense for some of the women. Like, the one girl starts just crying and crying, and like, I'm out, and it's the worst. And then I tell you, like, don't forecast terrible things to come. You ended up calling her name. She was
obviously relieved.
But I mean, how in one night could someone get that emotional?
You know, I think it's the setting. I was in that spot too. That night one it's crazy. You don't know if you're gonna get time to talk. Obviously, the person you're talking about, Evelyn, we didn't get a chance to speak that night. So that was something that obviously made her feel very uncomfortable and thought that she might go home. I think that people just want the opportunity, and I would love to be able to give that opportunity to speak to every one of the women, but it's just not how it goes. And yeah, I can understand those emotions. It's tough on night one. It's a lot.
Can you tell a girl that's there for Instagram followers right away?
I don't know if anyone has that much of an intuition. I think that stuff might come out throughout when you pay attention to it, but I had a great group of girls. I didn't really feel like that was the case. I think a lot of them were there for the right reasons, and I think people will see that throughout.
Is it healthy to feel a deep, crazy, over-the-top, intense connection with more than one person at the same time?
It's different. I think that it's part of the experience that you're feeling a lot of things throughout the process, and I just really tried to pay attention to my gut. I tried to pay attention to what I was feeling, hold in as much as I could to make sure I was smart and I wasn't saying too much, but it is a weird and different setting to be in this, and yeah, it's something that you just work through the whole process.
I guess the challenge is really like not getting swept up in the helicopters and the hot tubs and the, you know, solo
all the romantic
performance by
settings.
Shawn Mendes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and try to have conversations that can exist in the real world when Shawn Mendes is not playing for you, you know.
I think it's beautiful to meet someone through this experience because you get to do all these amazing things and you get to really have this setting that brings out so much of what a love can be. But then the realization of leaving it and what life can be like after is part of it. I think anyone that's been on the show that's had a successful relationship can understand that, and you learn the little things after.
You should be a consultant, now that you've done this a couple of times, consultant to the next guy of how to get through that. Because it's so titillating and exciting and like, wow, over the top. It's not taking out the trash on Tuesday.
It's different. And I was trying as much as I can to talk to other people. I've gotten as much help as I could, and I think that I would love to do that for anyone else who's in this role because it's something that takes time to understand.
How much do you put into the physical connection? Like the physical, like, whoa, you took my breath away. Is it like 80%?
I don't have a percentage. It's an important part of a relationship. It's something I pay attention to, but I also think that physical attraction can build over time through the connection that you build. So it's something that you just have to pay attention through this whole entire thing.
Was there a love at first sight? That I mean, I believe that your breath has to be taken away at the beginning.
Yeah, I definitely think that there is a belief of that, and my breath was taken away a few times on night one, so you can try to read it through your amazing ability to read it.
My favorite part of The Bachelor is when the host, Jesse or whoever it is, comes out and when they show a tight shot of the one rose left, and then they come out and go, it's the final rose.
It's a classic.
This is it. Like we couldn't tell with the one.
Hey,
I love
that. We do it every time.
But we have to set the table. They got to do it.
It is classic. You got to have it.
I know what you're going to say. There's one rose. We know.
Everyone knows right when that one rose is there, you hear Jesse's feet click as they walk in. Everyone knows what's about to happen. It still adds the suspense. It still does it.
Big Jess. Are you guys buddies?
I love Jesse. He was amazing throughout this. It's such a cool thing to have a connection.
He's a really big dude.
He's a big dude. Yeah, no, he's built. It was great to have a connection with someone that actually also was in your position. I think one of the cool things that Jesse understands is he went through it, and that allows you to have a little bit more real and candid conversations about what this whole thing's like.
This guy's had an incredible life. The NFL, The Bachelor. I mean,
he's doing everything now.
Now he's hosting The Bachelor.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, Jesse's killing it.
Yikes. Okay, so congratulations to you and Lexi, your person, and I hope you guys are having that. I hope you're playing all over Hawaii and hitting the greatest. Take a trip to Ireland to play golf with Lexi.
Hey, whatever you think.
She's got a brother. What'd she say? She got my dad, my brother, and you and her. That makes so
that's
three.
Her perfect foursome.
That's
I think
the perfect
she said.
foursome.
Yep. Big golfer.
Cute girl with plays golf. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. So congrats. Lexi and Joey, forever. I called this. Wait till you roll this thing back. When you roll this back, baby, I'm going to look like a genius, right?
Hey, whatever you say. Appreciate it, Billy.